All right, welcome back. It's been a while. So, what's Mike Norman been up to? What's Manic Mike the Clown been up to? Well, I guess you can probably even guess without looking, but hey, let's go through the motions and look. You know he's a flip-flopping asshat. Times like now, what's he saying? Well, he's saying buy, buy, buy. You know, after he's already flip-flopped around on the buy, 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 because that's all he ever says is buy, buy, buy. Remember, this is the guy, this is the clown that tells you you should buy and use and utilize MMT Trader to your advantage so you know what's coming before everyone else. You're going to be short ahead of the crowd making money. You're going to flip and be long ahead of the crowd making money. He believes in this so much that you should buy this MMT Trader. What has he told you publicly? He doesn't even use it himself. See, that's what he really believes. All he says is, well, I'll just buy the dips, basically. What have I told you? He's just a bad buy and holder. He's telling you all you have to do is listen. He doesn't even believe in this MMT Trader bullshit. But let's take a look at his last few videos. Well, difficult conditions. Oh, they may continue until early April. Well, hey, we're mid-March, so these difficult conditions should be still intact, correct? Oh no, very next day, Iran is done, oil will come down. Well, guess what? Oil's going up, it's going down. It's going up, it's going down. Where's your time frame? Are you long oil? Are you short oil? Are you just making a fucking another worthless video? You dumb asshat. Yes, he's making another worthless video. And what's the one right after that? Buying opportunities like this come around or come along infrequently. Yeah. Worthless platitudes. This is the worthless platitude edition right here. All he does is blather. Freaking pointless platitudes. But what is he really doing? Well, you know what he does. Let's take a look at what he does. He buys JP Morgan. That's what he does. Now let's take a look at this. You know how he's been buying all the dips, creating a larger and larger JP Morgan position. And by the way, I'm using JP Morgan because this is the one I know he loves to buy. He loves buying financials at the tops too, by the way, and says he can't find better bargains. Turns out he's always wrong, but that's Mike Norman. He never analyzes that shit. You're just supposed to believe him. So what's he been doing? Well, now he's got a higher cost base and underwater since at least June of 2025 now. The guy has made no money since June of 2025. That's a buy and holder. And that's one of his better ones. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at Coinbase. Yeah, you guys remember this. The day he bought this thing several years ago, I laughed at him. And this is the guy. This is coming from the guy. Now look I don't know if he bought it at 325 in April of 21 or November of 21. I think it was April, but I'm not sure. He got caught in the hype. And this is the asshole that tells you should never use stops. Stops are for losers. If you stop out, that means you're telling the market you know it's going down, and you don't know that. Well, I always tell this dumb fuck shit thinking clown that maybe he should also look on the other side of the coin. Not stopping out tells you that you're telling the market that you think it's going up. Well, how'd that work out for you, asshole? Down 90% at the bottom. Yes, this guy lost 90% in a trade, and because he's such a weak-minded fool that he cannot stop out a position. This is exactly what is wrong with Mike Norman not stopping out, and it's exactly what's wrong with most traders. Why do 90 or 95% of traders fail like Mike Norman? It's exactly this. It's a one-liner because you won't stop out, because you're afraid of taking a loss, because your fragile pussy ego can't handle it. That's exactly why Mike doesn't stop out, because he might have to admit, oh shit, I got to go back in higher than where I stopped out. Ergo, I made a mistake. He's too fragile. He's a weak-minded freaking pussy. He's a bitch. You don't want to trade bitch methodology. You just don't. Because this is what manly methodology, I guess, gets. The guy that can tough it out. You know, the fucking Marine that's never seen him a single day in the Marines. You lose 90% of your freaking money. Yeah, you get back to even, wasted all this time, 90% down. What a fucking disaster. Oh, I can't believe he didn't come out here and said, see, I held Coinbase all this way and I finally made a profit. Is this as if that is somehow something you want to be proud of? So all of Mike's positions are between Coinbase and JP Morgan. If they were less quality, they're just down closer to the Coinbase end. And if they're higher quality, maybe on some of his current oil stocks, you know, maybe he's actually done pretty well. But it's just not a way to make money. This freaking guy, as I've always said, is nothing more than a bad buy and holder, because he will underperform doing this type of stupid shit. He will underperform an S&P index all day long because he won't stick to the best of the best of the best, a subset. He won't. He'll just go off in the fucking weeds and start buying all this shit, and that's the reason for his underperformance. And all this dip buying, which all he says is, oh, you know, you got to buy the dips, don't be fearful. Yeah, well, when it turns into a market that starts going down, right, all you do is dig a deeper hole. You have greater volatility with no better return. That's not what you want. Those adjusted rates of return, risk-adjusted rates of return, are fucking garbage. And let's take a look at his bond trade. Yeah, see, here you go. I would have thought it would have performed better myself, but I don't do what I think. I just do what the algo thinks. And it gets it wrong too. And hey, maybe I can doff my feeling of obligation to myself onto an algo. Maybe that's how I cope, right? I don't know. You can analyze that if you want. How I cope is the fact that I'm just following blindly, basically blindly, a fucking algo that I know works. So I don't have any emotions in this game. All right? We save that for the losers like Mike Norman, who just can't take a reasonable stop loss when things go bad because he thinks he knows better. And I can prove to you all day long, the guy loses somewhere between large amounts and 90%, basically all of it. And maybe it comes around, maybe it doesn't. So all he's been doing is buying these bonds, just getting his ass creamed. He's now, after buying all this stuff, down all the way back into the 2025s. He's made no money. All he's done is lose money on these things. So here's your freaking hero for you, right here. Guy that's made no money going back a year. Basically no money. By the way, come check out my channel. Take a look at where we were sitting back in March, April in 2025, and look till now. And we'll see how much money I didn't lose, how much money we did make versus this type of bullshit. You know, buy my MMT Trader, you'll be ahead of the crowd, but yeah, footnote, I don't use it myself. What a nice plug for a worthless service. All right, that's about it on this platitude clown. I'm out of here.